I would like to tell you a story about a little boy that grew up in Watts Jordan Down projects in Los Angeles, California. The little boy was very aware, bright, artistic, and loved music, with the mindset of, like G.I. Joe says, knowing is half the battle. One day in school, the teacher brought up a map of the world. They were studying geology. The little boy was familiar with the map because he had one at home as well. He loved jigsaw puzzles and used to always say to his mum that the map of the world looks like it's a puzzle and everything moved apart from each other. The teacher gave a brief lecture about the maps and the continents and asked for any questions. The little boy was the first to raise his hand, so the teacher said, "Yes, young one, what is your question?" The young boy enthusiastically said that the continents in some kind of way broke apart, and by the shapes of them it looks like they could fit together. And he asked, is it possible that all the continents were once one? The teacher responded, no, that is absurd. That was never what happened like that. The young boy fell to shame as his fellow students laughed at him. Although he persists that it looks like a puzzle, everyone said no, it could never be that way. 2 weeks later, the young boy is in school again and in his math class. The young boy was a very good reader and comprehended very well what he read. They were reading the definitions of adding, subtraction, multiplication, and division. As well as working the math problems out as they read the definition, everything was fine for the young boy until he came to the multiplication definition, to increase in number, especially greatly, to become greater in number. When you come to the part of working out the solution 1 times 1, this is where he had a hard time. He was told that it was 1, but it doesn't match the definition of multiply to become greater in number, to increase in number. Well, he and his math teacher had their own discussion about that, with the classroom ending up laughing at him. I guess you can say in a little boy's mind, it just makes sense to him that way. And he learns the lesson about speaking from his heart and what he feels, to be careful of that, because people may not feel the same way, or even worse, laugh at him. For a long time, until the little boy became a man, he kept most of his deep and profound thoughts to himself. Now the little boy is a man, and he looked back on his discussions with his teacher about the land, maps, and geology. His teacher didn't know and did not have the fortitude to research the concept of Pangea, the concept of all lands being one continent and titanic continental movement. So, in other words, he was right. And once again, his math teacher we had a long discussion with about the concept of 1 times 1. He noticed that Terrence Howard has come up with cutting-edge technology based on correct mathematics and exposing the mathematics fallacy that is going on in society. I believe this is just one story of many. Our bright and brilliant children are growing up, going to school, and the school district is not teaching in the right way. The education department needs to clean up its act.